behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Palm Mash TV time once again. We're glad that you could join us today. We got another great interview coming up in just a couple minutes. But before we get into that, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell. And when you do, you'll get all the latest interviews available to your inbox whenever it becomes available. And feel free to use our comment section. We'd love to hear from you. And we got links to our caps and t-shirts and one of the posts there on YouTube. So check those out. And you can email us at palmmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com. And it's for bands and solo artists that want to be on the show. And if you're a fan, you're welcome to use that same email address. We'd love to hear from you. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/palmmashtv. And feel free to like the page, inbox us, and comment everything you see. We'd love to hear from you there as well. And don't forget to check out every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Central, because Palm Mash TV is on Roku channel Small World TV. So we hope you check that out. And we also have an official web address as well. And all these things will be recapped at the end of the closing credits, so stay tuned for that. From New Bedford, Massachusetts, we got LaCar. And he's a rhythm and blues or R&B singer. And I think you're really going to like it. So before we get into that, let's have another quick word from Click Jam. Don't go away.
We got history, got me feeling the nostalgia when you look at me, thinking about what could.
All right, it's interview time again, and with us from New Bedford, Massachusetts, we have LaCar. Thanks for joining us, LaCar.
Hey, for sure.
Okay, we're glad to have you today. Why don't we start with the obvious question? How did it begin for you as far as being an artist? I mean, I'm sure you always wanted to be an artist. Maybe you fell into it. Everyone has their own story, so let's hear your story.
Yeah, man, it all started with me, man, as a young kid, you know, just singing in the backyard, cookouts and things for the family. I actually have a cousin of mine that taught me how to sing at an early age, and it really just grew on me. I was really interested early on into like Boys to Men and 112, you know, singing groups like that. And then I just got into my own thing because, you know, trying to put groups together with my friends and things just didn't work out with us. Everybody just kind of went their own separate ways, you know, growing up and getting into driver's license and girlfriends, etc. Nobody was showing up on time to rehearsal, things like that. And, you know, we kind of just went our separate ways, and I just kept with the music thing, and here I am now, kept with it.
Well, that's a good story. And you mentioned Boys to Men. That's a name I haven't heard of in a long time, but those are probably...
Hey, I still listen to them now, man. They're still my favorite.
Yeah, and I guess you could say in a way they're kind of a legend because they've been around 30, 40 years ago, you know, so that's a long time. Would you say they were your biggest influences? Did you have any other influences besides them? Maybe you could let us know some of those.
Definitely. I'm also into dance. So I'm definitely into you know, Chris Brown, Omarion, Usher, you know, of course, the legend Michael Jackson. You know, things like that. I also I don't just stay in, like, you know, the R&B realm either. You know, I was into, like, you know, the whole rap thing with like Lil Wayne and all that, but that was like, you know, in my teens. I stayed with the R&B more because I like singing. I like the depth of it. I like how, you know, everything comes together with singing. I felt like rap was too, I don't want to say easy because I don't want to offend anybody, but, you know, it was kind of just easy to me.
Okay, yeah, and of course, as I just mentioned earlier about legends, he's another legend, Michael Jackson, and I mean, you can't go wrong with Michael Jackson anyway, because ever since I think he was a kid, he was really much a singer too. So I could understand why he's your influence as well.
Definitely.
So tell me a little bit about how we can find your music. I mean, I know you probably don't have physical copies, but if you do, you can let us know there. But go ahead and tell everybody where we can find your music.
Oh, yeah. So So for a long time, my music was only on SoundCloud. I was what is known as a SoundCloud artist. I would put my music up on SoundCloud, and then, you know, all my visuals, of course, would go to YouTube. And as of recently, I just released my latest project, Adoration, which is my first streaming project, which you can find on every streaming service there is. So, you know, you can find that everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, wherever.
Okay. And speaking of Adoration, I guess that's the song we'll actually be watching in just a couple minutes here. Is there a story behind that song, or is it self-explanatory? But tell us in your own words about Adoration. To let me hear it.
Adoration, that's that project is very I don't really know. I mean, the story behind that, it's I don't really know what the story is behind that. It's a big one, I guess you could say. I don't really know how to explain that one. Every song was, I could say this, every song was written during a major situation. And I mean that to say this, like there's a song on the project called Natural. Natural was written, I have a son. My son's 8 months old. Natural was written. I had my son in the carrier strapped to me. I had my studio, because my studios, I'm able to break it down into a portable studio, and I can set it up virtually anywhere. I had my studio set up in my girlfriend's closet. I had my son strapped to me. I came up with the verse at her house, and then I set up my studio back over here at my house, in my actual studio, and I finished it over here. So it's like, you know, the songs kind of came together with like different situations like that. It was, I don't know, the whole project's just, it's amazing the way the way that I came up with it.
Okay. All right, and as I said, we'll be watching that just very shortly, but I think that's all the time we have for now, LaCar, and we thank you for coming by. And we would love to have you back again if you have another project or another song you want to plug. Maybe we'll have you back.
Yeah, definitely, man. Thanks for having me on.
Okay, no problem. And here's Adoration by LaCar on Palm Ash TV, so don't go away. We'll be right back.
Look at her eyes, look at her thighs, look at her pretty face. She cook, she clean, she wanna get her way. She ain't worried about them other guys. That thing made me leave them other hoes alone. Deserve a Chanel bag, and I'ma get to it all. At my little baby, we used to ride town outside in that Mercedes. You cannot do what she do, it's amazing. Call me crazy, but I'm all done playing. I know love and it's love. Wet emojis when I'm pulling up, yeah. She be like, come on in, take it off. Lingerie, get me straight, make me a play. I can make this up. Shawty got that gear right. How can I be tough? Yo, the way she flex it up when I'm inside. Look at her eyes, look at her thighs, look at her pretty face. She cook, she clean, she wanna get her way. She ain't worried about them other guys. That thing made me leave them other hoes alone. Deserve a Chanel bag, and I'ma get to it all.